Yeah, yeah. Hello and welcome all. My name is Garima Singh and I'm founder of Flicka Tech LLP. And in today's session, we will discuss about how to connect divergent track to design your career path as you want. So we have Christelle Julius with us. Welcome, Krish.
Hello, Garima. Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
And
How are you?
hello, all the audience. I'm okay. I'm doing fine.
So before moving further to the event, let me introduce you to all the participants. Krish is an AI engineer and she's an AI expert and she's working as an independent consultant in Madagascar. She has an inspirational story that she has to from different career path, like from physics. She is graduate from physics, then to major graduate linguistic, then an engineer, and become an AI expert. So let's talk to her and take the insights from her journey. So my first question to you, Krish, is how you have done that. Like, what is your actual the story about it you have, because the different diverse career path you have. So what exactly is the story? I just wanted to know that. I wanted to hear it from you.
Thank you very much indeed for this question, Garima, and the introduction. So, like everyone, sometimes it happens merely randomly, because after the baccalaureate, you are young, you have a lot of ideas bubbling in your head, and that's when you start to think, what am I going to get myself into? What am I going to do with my life? And this is when you try a lot of examinations, and you succeed in some, you fail in some. So now I subscribed into the Master of Engineering in Physics and Signals, and I learned a lot of things that was linked directly with my my former studies at the lycée, scientific studies. So afterwards, I took some courses in the linguistic department of Anglophone studies, which helped me to grab the essential concepts of the grammatical items, of how to translate sentences, this kind of things.
Okay.
Afterwards, we have a huge, in Madagascar, there was a huge blank year gap for 2-3 years, and afterwards it gave me the opportunity to pursue my study as an engineer in electronics and informatics. So now you must ask yourself, how did I succeed to get into AI? We're in that.
yeah, because after a gap also, you told that there was a gap, and then you finally you didn't give up, and you finally just enroll yourself into engineering, and then you move to your AI career, into your AI career.
So it didn't happen smoothly.
Yeah, there must be some challenges.
Yes, a lot, quite a lot. So what happened is that I needed to figure out how to jump into the market in such a way that at the time, there was not many women in the field of engineering, and especially in industries. It's especially for manufacturing that electrical or IoT was used at the epoch. Okay. So for myself, I chose to undertake a capstone project, which dealt with chocolate. It's yes. So it was funny because it was an excuse for me to jump into deep learning.
Okay.
It was yes, it was like that. It happened like that because we used nonlinear control, stochastic systems, and fluid, nonlinear fluid control of processes, with this kind of stuff. So that was my capstone project. But then for work, I had seen in an advertisement that they looked for a machine learning engineer.
Okay.
Now,
By looking onto
here
that
is the mystery.
yeah. I really wanted to listen more about it. Like just looking to that advertisement, you just got like, do you got an idea, or you really wanted to grab that? You have learned that machine learning because of that, or is there any some other reason?
Mm-hmm. So the underlying story was I read a book of the ISA,
Okay.
control and automation system. It was about fluid logic. So
Okay.
I told myself, this thing is really interesting. It is the future. It is not only a trend. It's already progressing in developed countries. So why not directly jump into the bandwagon, even if
Yeah, but
we are in a
it's difficult.
yes, and practically at the time I was not aware that it would be a big challenge, but I just dared jump in. So of course, the skills were not on point at the moment.
Okay.
And yes, there was a lot of upgrading needed. Upgrading. We need to equip ourselves with coding skills, Python skills, and also a lot of what else? Database skills.
Yes.
So yes, the challenges was that at the epoch, because I used those technologies just for IoT, but
Okay.
not quite for developing algorithms.
Yeah, like programming only.
Like programming.
Okay. So like it's when we talk about development, you already mentioned Python, some database coding is required. Okay. And so like what are the you have some challenges about how you have overcome, how you have learned these skills, because grabbing the Python, grabbing all these things very different from your background, like linguistic and then physics. It's totally diverse, totally different. So how you overcome all those challenges to grab all those skills or to upskill yourself?
Okay, so I'm going to say right away that I am not the best example, the best model to follow, but I cherry-picked courses on Coursera. I took everything I saw on the net, on the internet.
Okay.
I started to really find myself doing the hard work, not only it really predisposes you into the imposter syndrome, because in fact you're quite an imposter, but but you have to do the hard work that back it all up. You really have to see where are your do some kind of SWOT analysis. You know what is it? It
Yes.
is to
Yeah.
be aware of your strengths, your weakness, your opportunities and threats, and you have to grab in mind a kind of mind map of where are you going. So
Okay.
now this is where you have to connect to what makes you unique as a person, what are your strengths there then, and now you have to really understand what is the main core hard skill that is needed as a machine learning engineer. So I found that the core hard skill that you have to have is being able to understand the architecture of things, how things function from end to end, and the systems engineer way of thinking helped me in that way. So this is the most important thing that I want people to understand.
Yeah, it's a great
You may
advice.
you might always change technologies, you might always have different tech stacks, but you really have to understand first how does it work and what's the end user is going to do with the system you are going to build.
Yeah, that's true.
Afterwards.
But when we talk about AI, when we talk about machine learning, it's a very vast area. So, what do you think?
Indeed.
Like, what the first step? Like, how can you briefly explain to cover those vast area and to upskill yourself from if the person, man or woman, anyone who is from a non-techie background, can they grab it, or how? What the first thing they have to do? They they really should jump into some certification course, or what guidelines you wanted, what advice do you wanted to pass on to those men and women, especially like from where they should start? That everybody wants to that these are the key buzzwords of IT industry, AI, and everybody is fascinating about those buzzwords like AI, machine learning.
Buzzwords,
Yeah, everybody wants to do that. Even whether they are from the technical background, whether they are not from the technical background, even a simple salesman, a marketing person, they also wanted to know about it. So what is your advice from where they should exactly start from, and what kind of course they should opt, and from where?
Okay.
Yeah, what are the skills exactly needed? Because when I say Python is needed, that somebody is from
you.
yeah it will the session is not only about just knowing the thing. I just wanted to motivate from your story. I just wanted to motivate other men and women, those who really wanted to take that step, but they don't know, they don't have an idea like from where exactly we should start, because listening to the keyword Python, they will say no. So
yes, that's very insightful. Yeah.
yes.
It's exact. You are totally right. So now I'm going to not kind of give an exact recipe of success, but
Yeah.
I would I will simply try to describe the kind of path and the strategy that I used, how I did it. So there are two things you have to understand: the request of the market. What are the demands? What is needed? And what are you doing right now? So if you are in marketing, or if you have a kind of analytical thinking, or you are, or if you have more literary background, you really have to focus on what makes you unique. What are you going to try to do, the niche domain that you are trying to get into. So if you want to enter into the video games industry, for instance, you have to have multimedia skills. You have to, if you are already in the multimedia domain, you focus on honing your core hard skills as a graphist, for instance, or as a web designer. Now, if you have a literary background like linguistics, for instance, pure linguistics, you want to get into NLP, natural language linguistics, natural language generation, natural language processing. That is the field of AI that deals with language. So there's a lot of opportunities in there, such as translation, such as chatbots.
Yeah, wow.
Yes. So that is the niche domain that you are going to target. Now, if you are more into programming, this is where you are going to upgrade your skills more into creating stuffs like upgrading your skills in object programming, in Python, Java, this kind of things. Finally, if you want to become a data analyst, you really have to understand how databases function. SQLs, NoSQLs, those are the technologies that are required to understand. So you start from the skills you know. Afterwards, you target the kind of firms that you feel more affinities, you feel more attracted to. This is where you are going to sell what you know. You are not going to invent anything at all. Just like me, I was there. I presented that I knew how to control processes. I had system skills. I had already basics of Python because of the IoT background.
Yeah.
This is what I told. And then after I jumped in, I continued the hard work. I continued to upgrade my skills with online courses.
Okay.
Which helped us so is to join groups, join like-minded people, like-minded persons who share the same passions as you. Maybe you are into virtual reality. You
Yeah, I've just started.
Okay. Blockchain, you find some people in LinkedIn, in Slack communities.
Yes.
You start to talk, you start to find some similarities, point of views, and try to create your own portfolio. For instance, there are open source projects which need contributions. So jump in.
Yeah.
Simply do some truncated things bit by bit. Attend online events, meet people, network. You don't have to stay alone. Why would you believe that ideas simply come like that?
Yeah, that's I too believe in once you interact with so many people of the same community where you are working, you really get more ideas. And the right keyword you have said, you should not feel alone.
Yes,
and
it's really important.
I really like where you have mentioned wherever you are at the same point, you have to just connect the point from another world also. Like I wanted to suppose I've also started VR. I've just found a keyword metaverse and I just wanted to know more about it. And then I've also figured it out, okay, just to because there are so many things you cannot, I have just started with I have also enrolled to one of the course on Coursera, and then I am slowly learning about the basics of virtual reality. First of all, you should learn the basics first, and then whatever you know, you connect those points to wherever you are trying to learn and achieve those things. That I have understood from your talk. And then upskill yourself and to gain the experience, to make your own portfolio, join the communities or attend the online events, and interact with the people, what they are doing, what the other communities are doing, and understand, and then try to resolve the things what you exactly wanted to do. That's a very good point.
Yes, exactly. Yes, so you have to find your passion. Sometimes you face some kind of it happens mostly for people who have this artistic side, like graphic designers, for instance. They encounter this kind of depression. Sometimes you have to compartmentalize your work and your passion. You have to find a way to cultivate your own passion instead of being depressed by the requirements of the job. Because sometimes at your job, you are going to face harsh criticism, like bad feedback, whereas you wanted to express fully yourself in your art.
Yes.
So you have to compartmentalize it. This is work, and I need to please the client. I need to give satisfaction to the user, the end user. And this is my passion. I'm going to create maybe my own portfolio or my Facebook page, totally dedicated for it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yes. But you need to show up. You need to show yourself what you know, what you can do, what you can bring to the table, which values you can bring to the market, to the world.
Yes, that's true. Krish, I just wanted to ask you one more question. Like, anytime you find, okay, you really wanted to give up, okay, you don't you it happened with the life. There are especially with women, they have so many things to do. They have to tackle with the family, they have to like go with the work also. There are so many issues, and sometimes we feel at some point you
overwhelmed.
really, yeah, and sometimes you want to give up. So do you also find some at some point that I wanted to give up, and like how you overcome that, and you say no, I can do it, and what was that example? Can you just please share?
Oh yeah, lots of times, oftentimes.
Yeah.
Not to lie. So sometimes you undergo some trials, some challenges. Like at the beginning, there was at work, when you start a new job, you are new here, you are a woman in a team of men. You are the only woman in a team of men.
Yeah, there are so many, like we can say it's a team. We can say because it's a team. Yeah, like with different people, you are new because you are unknown to them. You don't know how they work. So it happened. Doesn't matter. But what was exactly like the giving point, and but you showed up. No, I don't wanted to give up. I will do it.
Yes, the trickiest part of the job, you or the before getting into it. So it's personal. Maybe you have tough times, and you have to take care of yourself.
Yes.
Understand how you function. When are you the most productive? Because sometimes you're really not in the mood to work, but you have to to eliminate the point of friction. So the incentive that you have to keep in mind is, I have an ikigai, I have a purpose. What I do, I need to it mostly happens when sometimes you think that what I do is pointless. It doesn't have any impacts into the world. There is no meaning at all in what I do. But right now, you have to focus on something like, I'm helping people. I'm doing what I like to do. I'm making money with what I do. This is the job that I used to cover my expenses. Maybe, but you don't have to work for money, only for money.
Yes.
You work for the passion of it, for the sake of it, to occupy your mind. So maybe you're stuck in a routine. You'll have to find new ways to be more creative with what you already do. Maybe to make it better, quicker, or seamlessly. To take care of yourself, to do some exercise, take care of your body, of your mind, find a way to breathe.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Pray.
So we have some other participants like if you really wanted to ask any question, can you put your message on the chat box so that Krish can answer your question?
Okay, if there is no question yet, maybe the challenges are divided into how your science background helps to understand the essence of a project. We have a question here from Abdul Wahid. How your science background helps to understand the essence of a project? Good question. Okay, so science help to have a critical mind, critical thinking, way of thinking. You have to understand that science is maybe at the basis of everything. Maybe the environment, people, everything is regulated by scientific laws, if we want or not. The essence of a project, maybe what you're trying to say is that sometimes the project that you have at hand is something that maybe unethical, maybe too difficult, or maybe too overwhelming for the people you manage. So the essence of the project is beyond what we see, but it relies maybe in the value that we try to get from it at the end. Now you have to see if the people that are going to do the work are truly motivated to do it. Does the project use their potential, the potential of your team? Do they feel doing something they like to do? Are they using their skills for it? Or are they under pressure? Are they under micromanagement? Because the whole dynamic and the whole atmosphere of realizing the project will depend on that, as well as the outcome. So the essence of the project maybe relies on the value that we try to leverage, or on the satisfaction that you as the end, that the client or the end user is going to take from it. Now, people are important. People, when I say people, it encompasses both the people who are doing the work and the end user. That's my point of view. I mean, have it answered your question?
Yeah. Any other question? Because we have 6 more minutes. If anybody wants to ask another question. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Krish, for your time, and you have shared valuable insight with us. Thank you for the thank you all the participants to be here. Okay.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Nice
Thank you, Garima, for this event. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. See you.
See you. Bye.